vlog, guys, and today's random vlog we're getting quite close to being completely caught up. I'm actually just gonna quickly check, and yes, we are 2 episodes away from being completely caught up with random vlogs, guys, which is amazing news for me because as of next week, as I've said many times, we're gonna have some new videos coming out on the channel, so stay tuned for them. But today we're going to be talking, as the title suggests, about why I love Harry Potter so much. Now, the reason why I wanted to answer this video question is because I've been doing the Reviewing the Whole Lot series recently, which has recently come to a temporary stop, and I've been doing it for a while now, and I took a weird break where I didn't upload a video on it for ages, and I'm planning to go back and redo the episode 3 of the series where I reviewed the PS1 game of Philosopher's Stone, but I want to replay it before I do that. But today I'm going to be talking about, there's a few simple reasons why I love Harry Potter so much. I've also done the book, film and game ranking recently. Yeah, so let's get started. So one of the biggest reasons I love Harry Potter, I got my notes up on the screen up here by the way in case you're wondering why I'm looking at boop, boop, boop. One of the biggest reasons why I love Harry Potter is the overall story and the overall story arcs within the series. Specifically the redemption, somewhat revenge, I guess you could call it, the twists. I love the twists in it, and I'll come back to them later. Most films have most books of the books have twists. I love the themes of good versus evil, the values of love in the story, and how tragic in a way it kind of is that how Voldemort came to be because of what happened to him and his Muggle father, and how he ended up hating Muggles, and it just, you know what I mean, it's kind of very well established, and I feel like that kind of comes into our third point, the foreshadowing. There's so much that J.K. Rowling had planned. You can tell from book 1, she sets up so much. Even, I'm pretty certain, I couldn't name anything off the top of my head, there are certain aspects that she mentions for the first time in book 1, which become important in book 7. Which is crazy to think that something that is brought up right at the beginning of the story is it's most important right at the end, which I just think is absolutely crazy. Stuff like Expelliarmus in Chamber of Secrets being the spell that Harry uses to effectively kill Voldemort. That is like, and the thing that always amazes me is Lockhart, the fact that Lockhart teaches him that one, and Harry says to Lockhart when they disarm him in the office before they go down to the Chamber of Secrets, he says, "You shouldn't have let Professor Snape teach us that one." Or Snape teaches it. Snape teaches him it. But, you know what I mean? It's kind of like, it's almost as though they're saying, you shouldn't have let him do that. But if he hadn't have done that, then Harry might not have won. Because Expelliarmus is his spell. It's like his signature move, as Lupin puts it. And I think I was watching a video that the Super and Carlin brothers did about 5 minutes ago, and I think Ben on there mentioned a very good point. It's less of an aggressive spell. Like you look at Voldemort's signature, which has to obviously be Avada Kedavra, compared to Harry's Expelliarmus, you're expelling the tension, the drama, the bad things. Which, in a way, he does. He removes or expels the bad things when he kills himself. Well, not kills himself, but when he walks through his death, I don't know, I felt the need to do that. When he walks to his death, and I'll say it, effectively kills himself, he walks into his death. He expels the evil from him. That's why the Sorting Hat thought he should go into Slytherin. That's why, one of the popular theories is that's why the Dementors affected him as much as they did. That's why he can speak Parseltongue, as Dumbledore says in book 2, but is more heavily and reasonably explained in book 7. The prophecy is something that's, yes, it's brought up properly in book 5, but it's briefly mentioned in book 3, briefly mentioned in book 1, well, not briefly mentioned, but it's kind of said, look, we've got divination coming up in the third book, and that kind of ties in all of like Trelawney's prophecies. And it's like, if you look at Trelawney's prophecies, the one I was just listening to it last night when I was uploading a video, she turns Harry's cut, and even Ron's joking, "You're going to work for the Ministry of Magic." He does, no matter which medium you look at it, Cursed Child or just general Pottermore stuff. He does, and she says the club, an attack. There's countless attacks. the deadly enemy, even though it's obvious, like Hermione says, it's true. And then, again, like I said, the bowler hat, it's funny, but it's true. Which gives divination some credit, which it really is an interesting debate. I've been trying to think about ways to do it for a while. Also, one of the other things I've been thinking about for a while, I'm trying to do a video on, is Harry and the Weasleys. There's a stronger connection there than I think some people think. I'm not saying there is some sort of connection. What I'm saying is, think about it. How many of the Weasleys has Harry saved? He saved, we'll start from the bottom. He saved Ginny. He saved Arthur. He saved Ron. He saved Percy. I want to say he saved Percy from being attacked. He saved Mrs. Weasley. That's 5 of them. And then look at the ones he didn't save. George? Did you say he saved George? No. Didn't save George and he got his ear severed. Didn't save Fred and he died. Didn't get a chance to save Bill and he got attacked by Greyback. And then Charlie's the only one that doesn't fit into this theory very well. Because I don't know how, I can't see, unless this is a very, very, very Woody thing, but unless you count him being alright, what am I trying to say? I said, unless you count him, Mrs. Weasley Charlie telling Mrs. Weasley that Harry was alright, I don't know, I'll have to think about that. But anyway, we're talking about why Harry Potter is so good. And that's the thing, one of the other good reasons why it's so good. There's so many possible theories that can span from this, with so much rich material. And as well, obviously, with stuff like Pottermore, The Cursed Child, even as unliked as it is, the new Fantastic Beasts films. When you stop and think about it, the first Fantastic Beasts film is in 1926. And the main story of Cursed Child goes down in 2020 to 2021, mainly 2020 before Christmas. That's the thing. When you think about it, therefore, we've got 94 years worth of wizarding content, going from 1926 in the main peak up to 1945 and even past then with Voldemort's history, going right the way up to 1980 when Harry's born, going further than that, up as far as like 1998 when Harry kills Voldemort, and then going even further than that along to like 2017 when Albus first goes to Hogwarts, in 2020 when the main story of Cursed Child goes down. That's the thing. So much content. And then there's all these other bits of blobs of content around as well. Yeah, so that's that. Key theme of good versus evil, as I say. But one of the other key themes I've noticed, weirdly, it's probably because I've just done my English GCSEs, and there's a lot of this in Shakespeare, but there's a very, very big theme of appearance versus reality in the stories. Now, one of the things I noticed this was Snape overall, but obviously Snape in the first movie, Harry thinks he's a bad guy when he's trying to save Harry from Quirrell. In the second film, Lockhart is a fraud. I think Harry knew that, but again, it's appearance versus reality. And Harry might appear to be evil, but he's not. Third film, Sirius, obviously. Fourth film, Mad Eye. Fifth film, fifth book. I suppose you could say Umbridge. You see, there's all these different points. And one of the things I do want to say is there's a lot of tragedy in the Harry Potter series, but I think the tragedy that is in the series works really well to kind of try and I'm really rambling in this video, I feel, but to kind of try and, because that's the thing about when Fred dies, there's never not any casualties of war. There will be kids that are left orphaned. I think is one of the things J.K. Rowling said in an interview. And how he was left orphaned in the first Wizarding War. Teddy Lupin gets orphaned in the second one, which is really sad. But he comes round to dinner at least around 3 times a week at the Potters. So they look after him. And I think that was what she said that they wanted to do, to give him as much love as possible, considering how little love Harry got living with the Dursleys. Anyway, that is my opinions and why I love Harry Potter so much. Guys, thank you so very much for watching. That I can now say I've filmed this video. Let me quickly go over here. I can now green this on my little spreadsheet, which now means all I have left to film is next week's random vlog, which should have been up on Monday. And then I'm up to date, guys. And then I've just got a few random videos to finish. This is the thing, I've got one random video to film, which is dependent on something. Then I can release another 2 on top of that, so I've got 2 after that. But I think what I'll do is I'll wait until I film another 3, the last 3, and because then after that I've only got 1 extra video I want to film, and then I'm done. So in total, guys, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 videos now to film. So guys, thank you so much for watching. If you have enjoyed today's video and you want to see more content like this on the channel, please don't forget to like the video, and if you are new around here, please subscribe, because I do have a whole Reviewing the Whole Lot series which you can check out somewhere. I may link in the description, but if you go to my channel, Reviewing the Whole Lot, I've also done Harry Potter book, film and game reviews, so you can go and check them out if you are new. But if you are new and you have just subscribed, or if you have subscribed, please click the bell, because then you'll get notified whenever I upload. And recently I know I've been uploading a lot, but I've been trying to catch up on content and I've missed, guys. Thank you so much for watching today's video, guys. If you have enjoyed, please, like I say, like it. And if you want to check out all the other channels in the TMA family, click down below in the description, and there'll be a whole list of channels. Some of the accounts have Twitters and Instagrams. By the way, I will say Hercules' Instagram isn't used anymore purely because I lost the password to it. So you won't see any more pictures on there, but you're welcome to go and check out what is there, because there's a funny picture I forgot about. There's a picture of me with a lampshade on my head. I got reminded about that at school one day. Yes, so everyone's got things. Mathew's got an Instagram. Again, everything, all their social medias are linked in the description below, guys, and check them out, because there will be content coming up on all of those platforms in the coming week, guys, because next week we are starting Drama, is what I'm calling it, Series 2. So check that out, guys. Thank you so much for watching today's video if you have enjoyed today's video. And I'm doing it again. This is my problem. I need to get better at this. I do an outro about 3 times. But guys, remember, you are awesome! Don't know when to change different. And I'll see you all in the next video, guys. Goodbye!